It's Julia Renee.
And Kendall Aaliyah. Welcome back to the Know Your Power podcast. Hello.
Hey.
We have an entertainer in the room with us today, so if I get distracted at any point, I'm just already predicting it. You can't see him, he's off camera, but Loki is on the floor being a cute little loaf bean hybrid.
I love when they sit in their loaf position.
Yes. I like when they get into loaf position so hard that they tuck their little paws in, and it's like that's like a sign of them feeling safe because it's not easy for them to just like pounce up from there. So that's like their little like I'm safe here position. I was doing research on like different cat behavior meanings, and that's one of those.
They also like show emotion with the way that they curl their tail. Like if it's left, right, back, front.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's so interesting. They're interesting little creatures.
It's fun being cat moms now. We used to only talk about our doggos.
I know.
Today we were talking because literally tomorrow, I think at the time of you listening to this, is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about a little bit on how to navigate the holidays. This isn't just Thanksgiving specific. It's kind of this whole time of year because most people do family trips or trips in general and are out of their routine around the holidays, eating different foods, seeing different people, and it is easy to throw your goals to the wayside and be like, well, the new year's coming, I'll start then. Who cares if I'm a little bloated, it's cold out and I can just cover up. And it's like, you shouldn't just throw your goals away or what you've been working on all year away because you can't fully control this time of year.
Yeah.
Like that's not a reason to write off your goals. You can do both. Enjoy holidays, be present, have a good ending to your year, and not self-sabotage and still show up in certain ways for yourself.
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about today. I thought it'd be fun since Thanksgiving is literally tomorrow in this timeline, to say like one thing we're thankful for of the year, if you can think of any. I feel like I have so many, it's going to be hard to pick.
I think the biggest thing that I am thankful for is the group of girlfriends that we have created.
Stole mine.
Over the year. And, you know, we did this at Girls Giving where we had, we did something that we were grateful for that was like a good thing, and then something that we were grateful for that like at the time felt like a terrible thing. And we all like put it in a bucket and then we pulled them randomly and read one another's, and it was super fun. But I just like, I realized after that I had always wanted this, and I'm like, oh my God, now I have it. Like I remember there's a point in life where I had no girlfriends, and if I did, they were like not really mine. It was because I was like in a group.
Yeah, I feel that.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm like, I have too many friends that I don't know what, like, I don't know what to do with. Like, I have people that I can text. Like, it's such a cool thing. And just remembering how it used to be where I just felt so alone.
Well, even at the Girls Giving, there were like two girls who like I kind of know through the gym, but I've never like gotten to talk to one-on-one. And like, oh, now our group is expanding more and more. And like, who knows their friends, and they invite them to the next thing. And it's cool. And that was my answer at that Girls Giving too, was I was like, I wanted a friend group like this since I was a little girl, which is like, oh. And I always had girlfriends growing up, but they were never a group where I was like, this is my like for lifers, if that makes sense, where it was like, yeah, we hang out sometimes, but sometimes she like pushes my buttons or sometimes I annoy her. And it's like, we were never like sister level bond versus like all the women currently in my life. I'm like, oh, my bridesmaids, like, our kids are going to play together someday. Like I see it as such a lasting friendship. And I have always wanted that. So
I even thought about that the other day, where there was a point in my life where I was like, I don't know who's going to be my bridesmaids. Yeah. And now I'm like, I got a lot.
You're like, who am I going to not
I'm like,
pick?
who am I going to have to cut? No, just kidding. I don't even know if I would do, I don't know.
Bridesmaids? We'll worry about that when the time comes.
I know. I don't even know. It's just like I'm like, I have too many now.
Yeah,
like, I don't
too
really,
many. You're too popular. But it is such a blessing. I'll change mine so we don't say the same thing. I'm gonna say y'all.
Sorry, I stole y'all.
Yeah.
Yours. Oh, well, that's a good one. Shit. So, yeah, I'm thankful for you guys too. Yeah, guys, I scared the shit out of Loki.
Genuinely, like, I have met probably the most amount of listeners and like YouTube watchers and Instagram followers this year in this season, probably because I left my house a little more this year. And it is just like the most mind-boggling thing that we have any sort of impact on anyone's life, let alone a positive one or like a good experience. And it has just meant the world to me, where like every time I meet y'all in person or get a message, or the amount of support I've felt through my whole prep, the good, the bad, like getting to talk to y'all like you are just another one of our girl members is like, it's just such a blessing. So yeah, I'm thankful for our IRL friends and for our internet little family we got going on.
And I think too, I posted after the girls giving, like, just can't believe that I didn't have any friends at one point, and now I'm like so blessed to have all of these people. But I did get a lot of messages of girls like also being like, I want that too.
Yeah.
And like, you can have that. And we've done it some episodes on the topic, but a lot of it was I needed to become the kind of woman that would want to be friends with me. You know, like I wasn't acting like a friend that I would want, you know?
Same.
And
I'm still working on that sometimes, where I'm not like
too.
a great reacher outer or communicator. So sometimes it takes like forcing myself of like, hey, check in on that person, because maybe that's not a second nature thing to me. Or just like putting certain things on my to-do list of like, even writing down people's birthdays or like what you think they would like, or like just little things of trying to be a better friend instead of assuming it'll come naturally. Because the relationships I had growing up, like even in high school, it's like I really enjoyed my time with these people, but I wasn't being like the best friend I could have been either. And so I wasn't creating like a lasting friendship for them on my end, but expecting it on the other end, you know? Sometimes we put more expectations on the other people.
We're like, come to me, friends.
And it's like, hey, it's a two-way street. And that's something our friend group does really well, is we each almost like volunteer of like, I'm hosting the next thing. Because if you feel like you are always putting in all of the work and other people aren't reciprocating, that can be hurtful. Or the other way around, maybe you are unintentionally hurting your friends because you're not showing up for them the same way. So
very true.
Take some inner work.
It's a lot. Like friendships are very similar to like romantic relationships, where like it needs to be, you know, both ways. And there's times where like the other one picks up the slack than the other one. And I feel like it's coming around to being like my time to host again.
It's both of ours. Around our birthdays, I feel like we take on.
That's crazy. You're right.
I'll do January. You can do February.
Well, January is our girls trip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dang. Then I got to do February.
Yeah. We're doing a girls trip in January.
I'm excited.
Like a Know Your Power team
Yeah.
trip where we're doing like an Airbnb and stuff. So that'll be fun.
It's going to be so fun.
Anyways.
Okay. Talking about now the actual topic of navigating the holidays while prioritizing your fitness goals, whether your goal right now is like you're cutting, you're in prep like me, you're in a muscle growing phase, like whatever your goal is, it's about shifting everything going on through the holidays to still align with your goals and keep them a priority. So the first thing is, if you're traveling, just doing some extra research, first thing is physical prep before we talk about that, because there's physical prep and there's mental prep. So the physical side first, doing your research to find an area that has maybe gyms that you know you can go to. Maybe you're a member at Gold's or 24 Hour or one of those chains.
That's the only reason I keep my Gold's.
I really need to get one because I be buying like expensive day passes every time I travel. And that is like a little bit of a hindrance, where maybe if you're already on the fence, you're like, well, now I'm not going to go because I have to spend $50 or whatever that looks like. So yeah, trying to find gyms that maybe are affordable or you already have access to, or even like making it an exciting thing, where I know when people travel to Texas, they like have certain bucket list gyms.
They message us like, what gyms do I go to? I'm like, this one, this one,
exactly.
This one.
So it's like making it a fun thing of like, oh, I get to try this gym I've seen on Instagram, or like when we go to Houston, we like choosing between like, oh, let's go to Alphaland this week, let's go to Roman Empire, like just finding cool, exciting gyms. Of course, it's going to be easier in like the main bodybuilding hubs of the world. Sometimes you're traveling to like middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and like maybe you have to do a little more digging on like what the local gym is, but just doing your research ahead of time and lining up like where you're staying to have the most success. And that can be as simple as like choosing an Airbnb instead of a hotel, so you have a full kitchen. Or if you're going to do a hotel, no matter what, having like even like the half kitchen or a fridge and a microwave so you can bring your food with you, just being as physically prepared as possible. And some of that is having conversations like with your family, because odds are if you're traveling for the holidays, it's to go visit family members, and communicating with them of like, hey, could I use your kitchen? Could I use your gym? Could we do this thing together? That way it's not like, oh, I'm almost like exiling myself and doing this all by myself and like not hanging out with everyone. True. You can find that balance within that. Another thing is trying to bring tools with you that make your life easier. Yes. Where still bring your food scale. I know Julia has like this little compact one. Genius. I need to buy one because mine's kind of big. But like when I went to California, I was 3 coming up on 2 weeks out, and that was my first time traveling like that deep into prep, and I was a little nervous, and I tried to make my life just as easy as possible. So I usually don't check a bag. This time I did, so that my carry-on could literally be a big lunch bag, which I will try to remember to link in our stories because I'm obsessed with the thing. Are you gonna write it for me? Thank you so much. Where I got this big lunch bag and it fit like 6 meals, because I was like, amazing. God forbid a flight is canceled, or like something happens to one of my meals, whatever it looks like. I was just trying to like almost, what's it called?
Like thinking about future you?
Not even like future me. It's like disaster control, yes. Like preemptive disaster control of like, if the worst happens, at least I have these things on me. So it's like I packed my meals. I packed a big water bottle so I could fill it at the airport. Yep. I brought utensils with me, seasoning with me, my scale with me in that bag, and all of my supplements in that bag. That way I had like my non-negotiables with me, like on hand. And of course it's different being that deep in a prep and then just like kind of cutting or in like a muscle building phase. You might not have to be that specific, but bringing those tools with me led to the most successful day of travel I could have.
Like when I'm on prep, it's like I'm bringing so much more because I can't have any variables that get quote unquote messed up. Yeah. But when I am like now, like more in the off season, and like when I get to that place, then I could do my calories and macros, and like I can be a little bit more flexible with it. There is like some non-negotiables still that I bring. Yep. And it'll be like the scale. It'll be like a giant like cocaine bag looking thing of my protein powder, because I am not going to go buy protein powder when I get there. I have so much here, so I'm just going to bring it in a bag there. My supplements, like maybe one container of like my pre-workout and stuff like that. Yeah. So that I don't have to spend extra money when I get there, but I have these things that I use on a daily basis when I do go.
Yeah. And it's also like traveling with certain things that make those meals or life easier allows you to like be more present when you get there. Because I know I've traveled and I haven't meal prepped, or I've even gone like just out of my house for the day and didn't bring a meal with me. And now suddenly I'm like pushing the hangry point, and I'm like, I can't enjoy my time because I'm like, well, I got to get to a grocery store and I have to go home and cook. And it's like, why not do that the day before, the night before, even the morning of, to make your life just a little bit easier on that travel day? Because I know like some people travel for the holidays just by like driving, like maybe you live a town over or two, just having those simple little things of like, okay, eat your normal breakfast before you go, like pack a meal or two with you, and the rest will fall into place as it comes. But if you're not prepared at all, now these are variables you can't always control. Another thing is keeping your workouts efficient, more around like the 30 to 45 minutes instead of like typically maybe you do cardio separate from your workout. You spend like 2 hours at the gym. You're trying to PR on everything. It's like, maybe let's make this a deload week or a lighter week and just like get in and out of the gym again, because like it is not just about prioritizing your fitness goals. It's also about showing up for people. And sometimes we can almost use it as an escape to be like, oh, sorry, can't go to that thing because I have the gym.
I'm going to do a 2-hour leg day. Bye, Auntie Janine. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Cooper has an Auntie Janine.
What? I pulled that name out of
nowhere.
My butt.
But like keeping them short and efficient so you can still enjoy the rest of your day with everyone. Or maybe this is the opposite and you're like, hey, my family really stresses me out. Use the gym time as your personal de-stress, decompress time. It obviously depends on your relationship with everyone and how you're feeling. But don't feel or put that pressure of like, I need to work out to the same intensity that I do every other day. And it's like, you're allowed to have a little bit of balance here and a little bit of grace here, and still showing up is the win, even if you're not PRing on everything or staying as long as you typically do, taking as long as rest as you do.
Exactly. And you can still have really, really good, efficient workouts this way. And just because it looks differently for like this week, that it's like your holiday, your travel week, doesn't mean like you're losing progress. Like this is where we kind of freak out. If it doesn't look how our normal routine looks, then we feel like we're falling off, and this can lead to us just throwing in the towel completely.
Yeah.
And a part of navigating the holidays is navigating through these different situations and how you can show up for yourself even when life is slightly different. You don't just not show up for yourself at all. You show up in a slightly different way.
Yeah,
the plan like can look different.
Modify it if you need to for time, but don't make that not go at all.
Yeah, like just you could change your training days around. That's okay. Like you can do that. Like the other day I forgot. It was just a crazy day. I think it was, I don't even remember what day it was at this point. But I only had 30 minutes to go and do my full leg day.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm not getting my full leg day in. So I just like almost supersetted a lot of things, and I did my workouts that were like my heavy hitters, like the things that I knew that I needed to. It was like, okay, you're doing your hip thrusts. You're going to do your hip press, your abductions, like your kickbacks.
Yeah.
I was so sore. I'm still sore today. And I hadn't been sore from one of my leg days in a while, and soreness doesn't mean that it's like a better workout. But I was over here getting so upset with myself because of a timing issue that I couldn't do my full leg day. And I still had I got a really good pump. It was a lot quicker. I wasn't able to hit all of my exercises, but I still showed up how I could given the circumstances.
Exactly.
And that's all right.
That's another thing on the physical prep front is like, if you know I have a long travel day and all of my grandparents are going to want to talk to me that night, maybe move that workout to the day before. Like you can structure your rest days strategically. So that's what I did when going to California too, is like I knew that Monday or whatever, what day was it? Like a Thursday to a Monday was my travel. It was just like a weekend, which is what a lot of people do for these holidays. So that Thursday would typically be a training day for me, and I just swapped it with Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That way I knew like, okay, I front loaded my week and got majority of what I needed to do. Same with my cardio. I knew I wouldn't get cardio in that day, and I get one cardio rest day a week. So I was like, that's my day, is my travel day. That way, like the next day I could wake up and get back into my routine, but I didn't have to like rush into everything as soon as I got there. I got to see my family, enjoy my time, like meal prep some of my food before being like, okay, peace out, just got here, I got to go do my cardio.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, physical prep. Now on the mental prep side, which is often arguably the harder side of prepping for travel and seeing family in this time of year for
seeing
everyone.
People you don't want to see.
Because it does be a little stressful. I'm so grateful that I have a good relationship with my family, but I still know like sometimes we go for my significant other's family and like I still get a little anxious.
Yeah,
they're a big ass family. Yeah. I get intimidated. So it's still like just a lot of mental prep and almost pre-planning for certain conversations without going like too deep into it and letting it like psych you out, but just being ready for certain things and being in the headspace for certain things. So of course, if you are prioritizing your fitness goal, maybe this is your first year like doing this and trying to navigate the holidays in a respectful way to your goals, you might get some awkward looks.
You might get some pushback, girl.
Yeah, you might have some comments made here and there about like, why aren't you eating that? Or like some people, like my love language, I love cooking for people. So I do get a little offended when they don't like try what I brought, but that's like a normal human, like, hey, I made this, like, I would love for you to enjoy it. And just being respectful around like, hey, actually, like, it looks amazing, wish I could try it, does not align with like what I'm currently working on, or just like having those slightly awkward conversations. That's why, again, like girls giving, I'm so grateful to have our friends just get it, where I don't have to like over explain it, because I just brought my meal prep and plopped it onto the same plate everyone was eating, and nobody made a big deal at all. Like, cool. Yeah, like it was super normal. I went up and sniffed some of the desserts as one does.
Yeah, as one does.
And it looked amazing. And I brought home leftovers to Cooper without having to eat it myself. Yeah. And like, that was just like a perfect scenario. I know if that was with a family,
it's different.
Yeah. It's not going to look that easy. They're going to be like, why'd you bring your own food? Why aren't you trying my thing? Sometimes the little comments of like, you need to eat something, from like the older relative who's just looking out for you and your health, you know? So planning for some of those conversations, not assuming the worst, just assuming like a little bit of like, hey, I'm going to have to explain myself to some of these people. And that's okay, because I'm choosing to do this and it aligns with me. Don't allow that uncomfortability to be like, I'm not even going to go. Or like, oh, I am going to go, and I'm going to, I'm just going to eat whatever they tell me to eat. Having that boundary within yourself and with the people in your family or friends or whoever you're spending the holidays with is so important, and can set you up for like that balanced success, instead of fully committing or fully giving in, essentially.
True. A lot of, I had this conversation, I think with a client last year where, like she was just, like her family just would say so many things that she wouldn't even try because she didn't want to deal with the and I get that.
I totally get it.
I've been through so many different phases with my like food journey where certain things that people say, like they trigger me. Yep. And even now, like I feel completely fine, but I just know I'm always asked on holidays, can you eat things? Yeah. Are you prepped? Like, what can you? And even that is like,
it's like I know.
Do you ask that to anyone else? It's crazy. But I get it.
They are trying so hard to be supportive and like genuinely curious. But same, like those little things where I'm almost like, I'd rather you not talk to me about it.
Ignore that I'm here.
Don't be
treat me as anybody else.
I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm choosing to go through like a prep during the holidays, or like, but I get, that's where we have to like get where it's coming from. Like sometimes it's coming from, I care about you, and I'm like, I'm worried about, I want you to feel included. And when you're like, girl, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's coming from like more of a judgment space, or maybe it's coming from I don't understand why you're doing this, but maybe it's something that I actually want to do and I just don't know how to do it. So I'm going to make you feel bad about it because I've been wanting to do it and I haven't been able to get myself to it. There's so many different things. And if you can kind of put yourself into that person's shoes instead of get into defensive mode, because I will get into defensive mode.
And sometimes we get defensive because it's something we're already being hard on ourselves about, where like maybe you are trying to have some flexibility this holiday and you are eating some fun foods, and it's like maybe you already are battling with a little bit of like how that is making you feel mentally and physically.
Like you're trying to be okay with it.
And then someone points it out and you're like, well, crap, now I'm being extra hard on myself. So just being ready for some of those conversations and interactions. And like, I always try to assume everyone is like coming from a place of love and sincerity. Like hopefully you don't have a secret hater in your family, but if you do, again, that is such a reflection of them and not a reflection of you. And like, do not let it affect how you treat the weekend, the day, the meal, the whatever. Reminding yourself that routine will shift, and that is not a sign of failure. Okay, having a little flexibility on your day. Of course, like being in a prep is different because there really is like no wiggle room, but you can still like have some fun foods in there that align with your goals. And like please do not be the person who doesn't eat all day in preparation for the holiday meal, because that is its own form of self-sabotage and own form of messing with your hunger cues. Still try to have like your non-negotiable of like, I'm still going to hit my water intake today. Yeah. I'm going to have like the first 2 meal of my days are going to be my normal meal prep or like my normal macros. And then, maybe Thanksgiving dinner, I'm having like a little bit of extra food in there I haven't had in a long time. Yeah, exactly. And using it as a way of like, I'm practicing grace and balance today without like viewing it as, oh, I tried that one thing that one person brought and now I'm a failure and now I need to restart and uproot everything and today wasn't successful. Like, just create balance. Like, that is the biggest thing you can do through the holidays is like being successful where you can and creating balance where you can, and then grace where you can too.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you can have your regular plate with everybody else, choosing like your portions of the things that, and also choosing the things like first that you love the most. Like, okay, let me go for these and those other things that are like, meh. Like, I'm not a fan of cranberry sauce. I ain't getting cranberry sauce.
Me either.
I ain't wasting calories on that. It's
exactly.
Like, that's stupid. And you're allowed to be there and enjoy that human experience with everybody else, have that meal, and then really sit with yourself and be like, am I satiated? Okay, like, am I no longer hungry? And then stop.
Yep.
Push your plate aside. And if you end up being hungrier later, like coming back later, and just because you did that and you were with everybody else and you did what everybody else was doing, doesn't mean that you can't next day, all right, let's just get right back to it.
1,000%.
Let's just go back to my normal meals.
Also, you're going to have a sick pump at the gym.
Let's go to the gym. Like, just because you had that moment doesn't mean that everything else is just, oh my God, like I failed. And look, there might be times during the holidays where we go in with the intention of like, okay, I'm going to have like my holiday meal with my family, and you eat more than expected.
Yep.
That could happen. And if it does happen, you don't just give up and then start within the new year.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin everything. Yes. Like having a refeed or like a higher calorie day is like actually normal and very healthy. So like definitely don't view it as a setback. But still going in with some of these tools and intent can make like navigating it easier because you're already thinking about it instead of just like showing up on Thanksgiving and being like, oh, I don't know how to align this with myself right now. It's like, oh, still go for the protein, still go for the carbs you enjoy eating. Like you can fully have a balanced meal. Actually, Thanksgiving, like majority of the food is very centered around protein anyway. So it's like a very easy way to like, okay, let's hit our protein target and then have some fun carbs and like enjoy my family time and be present instead of being so in your head about things having to be quote unquote perfect. Okay, the next thing is balancing presence and your goals. Prioritize being present with your loved ones while keeping your goals in mind. Again, this is like grabbing the foods you enjoy eating without feeling like you have to do too little or too much on either end. Sitting with your family, like the whole point of these holidays and these things is like being grateful, giving thanks, like spending time with loved ones. I have definitely had years where I am so food noise focused, where all I can think about is the meal. And it's like, hey, the meal is not why y'all are together. It is just a byproduct and like a fun way to enjoy each other's time. But like, participate how much or how little that you feel like will make you leaving this weekend feeling good. True. Sometimes that is like, I'm not weigh in anything today. Yeah. And sometimes that's, I'm eating all of my meals as normal today. Whatever works for you, as long as you're being present with the people around you. Don't let gym time either. This is why I said earlier, like cutting down, making things a little more condensed. Don't let that take away from family time. If your family's like going on a hike and you're like, oh, but I can't because I have to hit shoulders. It's like, do a modified shoulder workout and go on that hike, you know, like move your body in different ways, be with the people you love in different ways.
Let that hike be the workout for the day. That's okay.
That too, yeah. Or like, I love a big family walk after dinner when I like do eat a little too much and my digestion's like, what's going on?
My dad always said like, let's go walk off the food. And I was like, can't do that, Dad. But now I get what he's saying because you know, one of the biggest reasons why we get into the food coma after Thanksgiving is because a lot of the times we're eating like heavy carb, fat, and sugar foods. And like those tend to not make us, they're not the most like energy giving foods that we can choose.
You want to go lay on the couch.
Yeah. Those are like, I'm going to go comatose. So getting up and moving can help with the digestion a lot. So now I'm like,
Yep.
Dad, I totally get why you said that. And also when you used to tell me that you were resting your eyes, I get that too.
I get that too.
You know, when you've just been awake, like yesterday I woke up at 4 a.m. and it was like maybe like 10 p.m. last night. I told Lucas, I was like, you know, when you just feel like your eyeballs have been open for too long? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
That's me a couple hours into my day.
Yeah. You're like, it's 10 a.m. My eyeballs have been open too long.
I haven't been napping as much recently, but maybe I should again because I've been tired.
Even if you don't nap, it's just the body rest.
Resting my eyes.
Just literally just sit there.
Anyway, yeah. So just like finding balance in what works for you, what feels successful to you. Just doing the mental and physical prep can lead to the most success through the weekend. That doesn't mean that it has to look perfect to what your intent was either. Maybe you get there and goals shift, you know, and exactly what you said before, like you can always just get back on track, which brings me into, oh, he is fighting you. What was I saying? That brings me into like the post-holiday, to wrap this up, of guilt and shame and all of these feelings if the weekend doesn't go quote unquote perfect. Those are normal sensations to come up. It is not normal to let that then dictate your next week. It's just about like getting back on track as soon as you're able. Getting back on track also isn't going to look the same for everyone. That could be like, oh, let's just go get our steps in today. Let's go to the gym and do a modified workout today. Let's try to eat like half of our normal meals today. Just trying to get back to that as early as you can will allow you to get back into your routine when you get back home. That doesn't mean, again, letting it dictate or like influence how much time you spend with and see everyone that whole week or weekend. You're so cute. He's being so baby right now. Support digestion with things like hydrating, daily movement, still taking your supplements. I love the way you pet him is so cute because your long nails. I'm like, it's very like, what's it called?
Cruella de Vil.
Yes, that's it. Actually exactly who I was picturing. Anyway, I love digestive enzymes. Still take your pre and probiotic. Like set up your stomach for success because having foods that you haven't had in a while, higher sugar content maybe you haven't had in a while, can make you feel like an icky feeling even though you shouldn't. So like sometimes you just feel not great the next day because of having these different foods the day before. So trying to keep digestion and movement in track so that you can digest and feel good the next day and not be like, oh, I regret that last night. Like you shouldn't regret anything. You should just try to get back to feeling good internally, like on a physical level.
And I always like to think during those times where every other human on the planet gets to like enjoy this day and like eat the food and be with their family. And I'm like, I'm over here sitting in like shame and guilt of like eating. It's like, that's not fair to ourselves. Everybody else gets to do this. Like, why can't you also enjoy it? And then the next day, business as usual. You don't have to feel the need to double up on cardio. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Go immediately hit a training session, like try and fix it, like eat less the next day. You don't have to punish yourself for having a human experience that everybody else gets to get.
At all. Yeah.
You need to stay. I didn't want to.
And just enjoy your holidays. Like be thankful for the people around you. Again, like typically it's just one day you're getting to see everyone out of like the whole year. So do not, while keeping goals a priority, don't let them dictate or rule your day or what success looks like.
Very true. What I do, because I can easily get distracted by the food that's there or how much I ate or how little I ate or whatever, just from my experience with food in the past. So I always like extremely check into presents. Like it's like a tool that I like pull out of my tool belt when I'm like, oh, right now you're sitting in front of your dad, like lock into your dad, your grandma, your aunt, and like be so present with them. Because if you truly are present in the thing that you're actually doing, whether it's like eating, family, then you are more likely to not be thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Even when you are like, if you're locked into the food that you're eating and you're not distracted by like other things, you can better regulate your hunger and how you feel. then you know, oh, I am no longer hungry, which is the point of eating. We want to just be satisfied and no longer hungry. We don't want to get to the point where we feel full or we feel stuffed and icky. Sometimes it might happen during Thanksgiving. It's very common for that to happen. But if you're truly present with your food, you are less likely for that to happen.
Yeah.
Slowing down, like chewing your food, feeling it go, like what does it taste like, smell like? And if you're truly present with your family that's sitting right in front of you, then you're not thinking about, oh, the calories that I ate or what I'm doing tomorrow or, oh, there's food still sitting over there. I want to go grab more. If you're locked in to what you're doing, where your feet are planted, all of this is so much easier.
Yeah.
And it might take a couple of times of you like, oh, reel yourself back in, like be present, be present. Presence is seems like such a simple thing to do, but we're always thinking about like, what's next? What did I do? We're always thinking about the past. We're always thinking about the future.
Yeah.
And little are we thinking about like just being in the now.
Especially
where
like
my feet are planted.
When food noise is loud, because we let that dictate like what we're thinking about. I can see you have one of his hairs almost in your eye. So I'll grab it for you in a sec because we're almost done. But I'm like waiting for it to stab you. You know that feeling?
Yes.
So I think it's more on the edge, so you're okay. What was I about to say? I
being
keep
present
losing it.
with food.
Yeah. So like bringing my meal, and again, you guys made it so simple and easy for me. I recognize it's not always easy, but like bringing my meal for our like Friendsgiving that we did, it's like I wasn't in a rush to even eat that meal. It was about like slowing down and like we were just chatting. And like odds are like conversations are flowing at these family events. You're getting to catch up with people. Like focus more on that instead of being like, oh, I need to eat this as fast as possible and go up for seconds. And what if that one thing runs out? And it's like, then that's okay. And you can have that at a different point in your day, a different day of the week, you know? Like it's okay if you didn't get like the last slice, like we're going to be okay. So yeah, just trying to be more there for the people and not for the food. But I recognize that's easier said than done as someone who has had like really bad food noise in the past and a bad relationship with food in the past. Yeah. So just having some of these like little notes and mental and physical prep can make it all easier.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
So guys, we hope you have the best Thanksgiving. Be present with your family, with your friends. Remove any shame, any guilt around enjoying this holiday. And just remember that you can always just go back to business as usual. You don't need to punish yourself. None of those things. I'm telling you, Kendall and I have both done it. It doesn't work.
Yep.
It only, what's the word? It like confirms, like when you do that, like it confirms that what you did was bad.
Yeah.
And what you did was not bad. It was just your enjoying a holiday like the rest of the people on this earth can
also
do.
Like on the flip side, if you are in a prep or a serious cut and you plan on bringing your own food or eating before and not eating what other people brought, like you should have no shame for that either. Like that's what I'm gonna have to do this year because that aligns with my goals, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like not sit with everyone
and not show up.
Exactly. Or like not have conversations and I'm expecting some questions about like why I'm doing that, and that's okay too. And like navigating both sides of the spectrum or wherever you find yourself feeling the happiest, and like try to determine that before just getting there. Like try to be like, okay, what does success look like this weekend? Where like, okay, we are having like a full refeed, do whatever, eat whatever I want, or okay, I'm gonna bring my meal prep but maybe try some other stuff there. Like whatever that looks like for you that aligns with you and your goals so that you leave feeling the best possible.
100%.
Yeah.
And as always, guys, happy Thanksgiving. And we love you all so much. And you are more powerful than you think.
Bye.